What's going on with Superman? Why doesn't anyone recognize that he and Clark Kent are the same person? Well, you know what? They just bloody don't, alright? Just drop it. But look, if we want to get real technical about it, there have been a number of methods Superman has employed over the years in order to maintain a regular life in addition to the life he spends snapping necks and smiling like a madman to no one in particular. Seriously, who is he looking at here? Is it us? Can he see me? What's going on? Look, anyway, irrelevant. The traditional Superman disguise is also the simplest one, and also the one that everyone seems to know. Just glasses. Well, you know, glasses and sometimes a hat. A number of additions have been made to this over the years in order to justify why not every single person he ever meets doesn't immediately make the connection. You see, Superman, in addition to being able to pretty much do anything, is also one of the world's greatest actors. So much so, he makes Alec Guinness look like Alec Baldwin. Actually, Alec Baldwin's a pretty good actor. Okay, he makes Alec Guinness look like any of the other Baldwins that aren't Alec Baldwin. Possibly that one that was in Backdraft? I don't know. A change in posture suddenly shifts this wall of Kryptonian muscle into a dumpy, slightly shorter, double-chinned oaf. Superman is also known to adopt a higher-pitched voice as Clark. Also, he reduces his assertiveness and confidence to virtually non-existent and adopts glasses so thick that they distort his normally brilliant blue eyes to a dull grey. Still, this isn't an impossible disguise to crack, which is why over the years he's taken it even further. In some versions of the character, he goes to great lengths to ensure that he's never photographed up close, which significantly reduces the amount of people who are familiar with both personas. As both Clark Kent and Superman, in order to avoid a clear photo being taken, he's also been known to move his face at super speed. That way a clear image cannot be garnered, something the Flash is not adverse to using also. Those specs of his also, for a brief period, they were said to be made of Kryptonian glass, capable of projecting the image in his mind of himself that he wants others to see. That in turn would make the similarities between Clark and Superman superficial at best. That though was in that period of time where Superman had hypnosis. He was also once able to shoot a miniature version of himself out of his hand, so you know, I wouldn't read too much into either of these, really. Superman has even gone so far as to have others stand in for him, so that it appears both he and Clark are in the same room at the same time. He's also used a bunch of replica robots, mostly in the 1960s, that he could trot out when need be. He's used shapeshifters, such as that Matrix Supergirl, to perform a similar task, and he's even had the likes of Batman impersonate him from time to time. The point is, there are no shortage of beings lining up to help him out in this regard. That doesn't mean, though, that people haven't figured out his identity in the past. Batman, Pete Ross, Muhammad Ali, yeah, that's a real one, not making that up, and various supervillains, who then conveniently forgot, have all been privy to his secret identity. Mostly, though, people are unwilling to believe that Clark Kent and Superman could be one and the same. The general public, trusting of Superman, possibly because of his strict no-mask policy, simply believe that he would have no secret identity, as there'd be no need for one. That still begs the question, however. How could Lex Luthor, one of the greatest intellects in the DC universe, not put two and two together and determine that these guys are the same person? Especially considering that in some versions, they knew each other as teenagers. A solution to this has actually been offered in Superman Birthright. Clark's Earth parents believe that a man such as Lex, who spent time in Smallville growing up, could not wrap his mind around the fact that anyone greater than himself could have come out of Smallville. His ego appears to have created this blind spot that he simply can't or just won't bother seeing past. Something similar was highlighted in a story from 1987 where Lex built a machine for the specific purpose of deducing Superman's identity, where it surmised correctly that Clark Kent is Superman. However, he couldn't believe that a man with such amazing abilities would hide behind this pathetic, feeble persona. So he declared the machine broken and had it promptly destroyed. Because, you know, he's an idiot. I mean, you know, ego or whatever. Look, there are a number of ways that people have been duped into thinking that Clark Kent and Superman aren't the same person that they so clearly are. Some ways are as complex as robots, and some are as simple as him parting his hair on the opposite side of his head. But the reality of it is that this is a trope of the character that's been around since his creation, and DC are just kind of stuck with it. Just like how Wolverine's adamantium skeleton is considered unbreakable, or that it's common knowledge how Hal Jordan has no creativity when it comes to making green stuff with his ring. Seriously, just a gun? A machine gun? Come on, man, you're not even trying. Or that the Hulk's pants don't just tear off when he grows. Superman keeps his alter ego a well-kept secret because it's always been that way, and it's something that you just have to accept along with everything else ridiculous that he or any other comic book character does. It's as simple as that. Thanks everyone, and just a friendly reminder, if you are a patron of mine, I'll be announcing the 2 t-shirt winners of that competition I'm running this Sunday, where, as I just said, 2 patrons will win a t-shirt that they probably don't want. If you haven't signed up, there's still time to do so, and regardless if you win or not, there's still a bunch of other stuff you'll have access to that you may be interested in that's not on this channel. Also, I have that podcast, The Weekly Planet, which I do with another guy. That's out every Monday. Some people like it, who like movies and comics and stuff. I'll link that below if you care. Question though, do you think Superman having a secret identity is necessary at all? I'd love to know your thoughts. Thanks everyone. Take care.